Steeler Nation, welcome back to G'day Steelers Nation, and also welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Just like last week, guys, after the Bills game, I'm doing my live reaction right after the game, and I'm very lucky that I've got a special guest on the show, the Arsenal DB who works for the Steelers Syndicate and does a lot of YouTube stuff as well. Huge Steeler fan. We're going to talk about it all here on G'day Steelers Nation on Steel Curtain Network. So hope you guys enjoy that one or enjoy this podcast like we did watching the game versus the Ravens, because we now are leading the AFC North. And as the title of my show, and we're going to talk about this, we're going to talk about Mike Tomlin. Fire who? Fire who? Anyways, we'll get into it. Let me bring up my good mate, the Arsenal DB. What's going on, mate? How are you?
What's up, guys? What's up? But before we start, I gotta put it on. I gotta put it on.
Is your victory hat?
Victory hat. Victory hat.
You've got a victory hat. I've got a victory pub. I'm not too sure if I go down to. But welcome to the show, Arsenal DB. You're on Steelers Nation Australia. Also, this will be a recording on G'day Steelers Nation on the Steel Curtain Network. How's it going?
It's going well now, especially since the Steelers got a big-time victory over the Ravens.
Yeah, huge. And that's why I do want – we're going to talk about the game, but I want to start here because this has been obviously me and DB have been working together for a long time on podcasting for years and years and years. Hopefully we can meet up soon in the podcast realm in terms of Pittsburgh Steelers draft party.
Next year. Yeah, next year. I'm be there. I will be there.
I'll be there too somehow, some way. But pretty keen to meet up with you. But I do want to start here because Steelers win 27-22. And my title of my show is Fire Who? Is this the response that the Steelers needed for Mike Tomlin to tell people to shut the F up nicely? Or is there more to this? Does Tomlin have his seat warm, DB? What's happening?
I feel like Coach Tomlin went out there and he embraced the noise. He said it last week. He said the fans have the right to boo. You hear all the boos and noise. A lot of people act like Coach Tomlin don't want to win. I'm like, you think Coach Tomlin want to go out there and won't see his team lose? You think the players want to lose on purpose? They're trying to win. So it takes time to win. And today he showed, hey, we still control our own destiny. You got to go out there and keep winning. You keep winning, you see yourselves in the playoffs. And this time, hopefully, if you win the division, you have a playoff game at home, which would be good.
Yeah, correct. The biggest thing I took away from the last 2 weeks was they wanted to fire Tomlin, as they always do, but it got really crazy after the Bears game. And I thought the Bears game, we only lost by 3 points, and we're going down the field to get almost a drive to win the game. So the noise started there. Then at the Bills game, sure, it was a bad game, bad performance, and I understand the Fire Tomlin crowd's been around for a very long time, but I do think they need to lower their expectations because you know what? Out of anyone, DB, the Fire Tomlin crowd should be the most and the happiest because their expectations should be the lowest, and that's why I say fire who. Like this game today, Steelers versus Ravens, or a few days ago, we're recording from the past into the future, wherever we are. It was a crazy game. There was so many injuries. There was some hard-hitting plays, very physical. And, I don't care that we won by 5 points, 2 points, 10 points. This was Steelers versus Ravens, AFC North football to regain and have the lead of the AFC North. And the Bengals lost today too. Shador Sanders and the Browns, they lost. They had a really crazy 2-point play that didn't work out. The Steelers now have AFC North 7-6. So when I say, and I wanted to address this first, and the Fire Tomlin crowd, fire who? This is how football works. It's an up and down roller coaster. Every week something different we'll see, and maybe and hopefully we beat the Miami Dolphins next week. But what do you put towards it, DB? Do you see them actually firing him at the end of the year or next year?
Oh no, I always thought that he would retire probably in a little bit because the way things kind of building up. I think we got Rodgers, brought in these guys trying to win now. I gotta at least get one more Super Bowl, one more chance to get there to win one before I call it quits. I think he'll still be an organization. He might be team president or GM or something. I think Coach Tomlin is too good to let go, but I don't think he's getting fired. That's not going to happen.
That's why this stuff's crazy to me. One, if you like him or don't like him, I don't think the Rooneys would fire him. That's why it's all over the shop. But Steel Nation is worldwide. There's so many fans everywhere. Everyone's very frustrated, but it is a good win. I will end this topic though with the Fire Tomlin crowd and the fire who because it really frustrates me. Aaron Rodgers came out today in his post game press conference or whatever it is, right? And there was a comment here from Brooke Price. She's like the one of the media ladies out there. Said, "What does it mean to get a win today for you guys and Mike Tomlin after last week?" Aaron Rodgers responded, It means maybe you guys will shut the hell up for a week.
That is true. That is true.
How good is that?
Yep.
Like, I wasn't a fan of Rodgers, and hearing him say that, there is so much truth to that. Like, shut the F up nicely. We won the game. Be quiet.
Because last week they tried to get him to say something bad about the coach. They tried to like twist his words. He said, "So you think he's unprepared?" He said, "I'm not going to answer that question." He said, "I came here because of Coach Tomlin. Coach Tomlin has had us prepared." And they try to twist his words a lot of the times last week, the media. So I see why he's a little fed up with them at the moment.
I'm fed up with some of the fan base because we've got 4 games left, and we'll now switch into talk about the game and the Steelers game and Ravens game. But I just had to put it out there, DB, because I've been on this. Look, I even said in my live chat the other day, I'm not going to support the guy for 19 years and turn my back and say, I don't like him anymore.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
he's basically the only coach I've seen cower. The cower at the end. It was like only 1 year left. But Coach Tomlin, basically the coach I've only seen as a Steelers coach like that. So like for a long time. It's like we grew up with Coach Tomlin like that. He been the coach for 19 years, right? I'm 24 years old. So he's been the coach basically my entire life. So
that's right.
That's all I know. Yeah.
And I think in your lifetime, you've seen 2 Super Bowl wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many have the Bengals fans seen? None.
Donut. Just a donut.
So my response to the look, you can have your opinion and all that kind of stuff, but I just get overhearing it. So my response to Fire Tomlin is this:
we do not care.
Or the little the walkout meme. I like the walkout one too. He looked at him. He's like, "I'm not answering any questions about that." She asked the question. He's like, "I'm gone."
Yeah, we do not care. What was the other one he had? What was the other one he said? I wouldn't sign it. You couldn't give me a blank check.
A big enough blank check to sign with you.
Do you ask Andy Reid that? Do you ask this guy that? Oh man, look, I said today too in the live stream when I was doing the chat, I'll go down with the ship. If he loses the next 4, I'll go down with it because I've been supporting that long. I will not turn my back on the Steelers. Will not turn my back on the team right now. Yes, can we improve? 100%. So let's get into the game. What was your initial thoughts for the Steelers winning 27-22? What a wild game.
I love the way the offense came out aggressive. Like right off the back, Aaron Rodgers just, hey, DK, go get it. Just threw a 37-yard pass to DK Metcalf, and he had 7 catches for 148 yards. That's why you pay him $30 million because you expect that type of production. And to see him go out there, step up, him and Aaron Rodgers in sync. Rodgers threw for 284 yards, and he rushed for a touchdown as well. Yeah, he said, I can't outrun a cornerback, but I can outrun a D lineman on the edge. So he got in there and got the touchdown for that on the first drive, and then the offense just stayed ahead. Now in the second half, it kind of got a little shaky, but you can't expect to score every drive. As long as you turn the ball over, that's the main thing. Because the past 2 games, turn the ball over twice, you lose. Steelers are 0-5 with that.
They didn't turn the ball over this game. No, there was no turnovers.
No turnovers.
No. Yep.
No turnover. I think the Ravens had 1 turnover, but the Steelers, no turnovers. Play clean.
Yeah, so the Ravens went down the field to get a field goal, 9 plays, 55 yards, 3 points. The Steelers then responded to get a touchdown, 8 plays, 65. And there was a punt, field goal, 10-3, second quarter. Interception by, that's right, the interception via James Pierre.
Yeah, his cousin.
His cousin. Is that the first time in NFL history, maybe a cousin, I don't know, maybe family member has intercepted their own relative?
Yeah, sure, it might be, I think.
You know what? Maybe it's not because the NFL probably would have told us that. There are certain times, when they bring up weird stats.
Yeah.
They're like, this guy is the first person to eat a peanut butter sandwich before playing and score a TD. You're like, okay, I guess that's a stat.
But one stat that was good, though, from that, Steelers have 98 points off takeaways, which is first in the league. And that's good. That's how you win.
That is good. Steelers got the interception from James Pierre. You know what? Big shout out to Pierre as well because he was, I believe, undrafted, made the Steelers roster in 2020, played teams a lot. Then he got cut or let go or didn't come back till 2023 or something like that. Signed a
practice squad and all that.
Yeah. Practice squad. Then he come back and now with injuries and he's now on the other side of JPJ. And it's been working out very well. I thought the cornerbacks did pretty well in Eccles and JPJ and this kind of stuff. So he got the interception off Lamar. So that might have been the first maybe NFL thing to happen, with the relatives. We got a touchdown as well, 17-3 at the half, and then 17-9. How nervous were you, DB, coming out of the second half, knowing the Pittsburgh Steelers have played absolutely awful in the third quarter.
I was a little nervous. I had to see something on that first drive. I was like, at least get a field goal. And they got a field goal in that first drive. I was like, please just get something. I had to keep the momentum on your side a little bit. And they got a field goal on that drive right there. And then eventually, they got that big touchdown from Jalen Warren. No one decided to guard him or tackle him. He just ran right through 38 yards from the sideline for a flat route. It was the same play from the other down as well. He got 7 yards the first time, and this time he got 38 yards and a touchdown.
If you watch that play back, I think like the two defenders bit and they just got confused and they were just wide open. And Frymouth was wide open as well. And then he was end up like he could have had the ball for a catch and he ended up blocking. Warren went right down the field. That was a great play. Shout out to Warren. Shout out to Kenny G, former Super Bowl champion. He's been absolutely awesome.
He's a super elusive. He can get out of any tackle. It seemed like it.
Yeah, he's like that too. Yeah. So we might as well finish the play-by-play or the drive-by-drive. Because that was in the field goal with the 20-9. Then it was the touchdown. They come back to 2016. And then we end up getting the touchdown. I think that was from Warren, right? The 27-16 one.
Yeah.
So now there were some big plays along the way. The Ravens kind of kept in the fourth quarter. They got a field goal 27-19. Another field goal 27-22. But how likely should that receiver should have caught that pass, DB?
In my opinion, I feel like that's a catch.
Yeah,
but
I think it was too.
The rule changes every day. The rule changes every time. Like we've seen times before. We've seen Jesse James catch. We've seen Dez Bryant catch. We've seen Calvin Johnson in the end zone versus the Bears at the end of the game. They call it an incompletion. We've seen all type of catches. So they always change the rule. Sometimes they give it to them. Sometimes they don't. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think the Ravens got robbed, to be honest. I think it should be. It feels like a TD, and they're like, nah.
But they still had two chances after that. They got the ball back right after incompletion, then they had to drive again, and they didn't score. So he had two chances after that, but
yeah,
that's a tough one right there. That's tough.
Yeah, I think that is one where, of course, that shouldn't decide the game. But if they scored that, then we're going to go to the field and get a field goal, and the Ravens could easily win. So apparently it needs to be a third foot down or a football movement. Remember that football movement?
Yeah, football movement. Yeah, he literally put the ball over the line. Came back. That's touchdown. Like, no, it's not a touchdown. If you play Tom Brady, it's not a touchdown. If it wasn't Tom Brady, it'd be a touchdown.
Yeah. So you can catch the ball and get 1-2 feet. And then because he didn't make a football movement, which is like the Calvin Johnson play like years ago?
Yeah. Against the Bears. He caught it. And then they said he used the ball like to get himself up. They said, I was incomplete. The ball touched the ground, even though he did everything.
It's just crazy how these Raven games come down to that. Like, come down to the wire. And it's always a 3-point or 4-point or something like that. I've seen one in Stadium when the Steelers won the division, Steelers versus AFC North for the AFC North crown, and they won with Antonio Brown putting his hand over the line.
Oh yeah, the little stretch that was crazy. He got face mask on that play too. Like, he was grabbing the face mask. He still got.
You know what? I was thinking it's been kind of funny with Steelers versus Ravens in the goal line history. Do you remember the one that the Steelers threw the ball to Santonio Holmes?
That right there was
down. There's no way that was down. Yeah, he wasn't though. His feet were in.
Yeah,
right. But he wasn't. Is that right?
Yeah, the ball wasn't in, but his feet was in. But they called it a touchdown still. So I guess it's past the line or something. I don't know.
Does that mean that you are right? It's changing every single day because when he caught that, the Ravens didn't like that at all. He was out, like technically in, right? They said no. His feet were in, but his football. The ball was like at the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. I don't know. I'm happy, and I know you are too, that the Steelers are on the right side of this because this game, DB, they had to win this, right? They could not lose this. If we lose this, I think Pittsburgh blows up. I think the Pittsburgh fans, something happens at that stadium because boom,
that would have been 3 straight losses, and that would have been like a division loss. You drop to 6-7, you become a meme and everything. That would have been bad. So luckily they got the win, sitting at 7-6, and now you got the Dolphins next. The Dolphins is not, I won't say it's an easy game, but you got to win that game. Like, you got Dolphins and Browns are the 2 next games. Then you get I think it's Dolphins, Lions, Browns, and Ravens. If you can find a way to go on a little run like that, maybe win the next game. The Ravens still have to play the Packers and the Patriots and the Bengals, who already beat them. And that's the next game they have. So you never know. They might can win the division before the last week.
I hope so. The Bengals absolutely, they stuffed the bed with 2 back-to-back plays and picked off. It was insane. Joe Burrow and crew were up high, and then they threw back-to-back picks, and then see you later. Before we go to break, we've got a quick $5 super chat here because I'm on Steel Nation Australia live on my channel, also on G'day Steelers Nation on Steel Kurt Network. So thanks, DB, for joining me. Big time super fan, and he's very lucky to wear his hat. How does your hat even fit on your head, DB?
Yeah, I gotta put it like this so it can fit over the fro. So it can fit over the fro.
The big helmets that Peppers wears. It's like that.
Yeah, oh yeah, the little guardian cap.
Yeah, gonna give you a haircut or something, mate. That's crazy. But yeah, thank you to John for the $5 on Steel Nation Australia live here. We're doing a live recap, and also a big shout out to Daredevil says here. Shout out to Coach Tomlin. Before we go to the break, DB. Look, he does get a lot of flack, but credit where credit is due.
190 wins now. 190 career wins. Yep.
Yeah, we always, what's so funny? We always seem like, I know, but we go 9-8 and we're a middle team, and then we don't draft too well. But at least the Steelers and the fan base has something to root for every year.
Yeah. If you don't get upset, that means your team is bad. If your team start losing, you're like, I expect the Browns and Titans to lose every time, so I'm not really mad about it. If you're getting mad about it, that means that you feel your team should be up there. So that's something to root for and cheer for. And I'd rather be in the playoffs than be home every time trying to get a top 5 pick and stuff.
In Mike Tomlin's coaching career, there's only been one game he's coached that it was meaningless. Like there was mathematically one game, only one game he's had ever.
Probably maybe probably that 1 year. Yeah, 2013 year we went 8-8. It's probably that one maybe, but ever since like 2014, 15, they were all the way up. Even the past few years, we had like 5 or 6 different quarterbacks still making the playoffs and still competing, trying to go out there.
Yep, definitely. So, yeah, big shout out to Coach Tomlin, and we'll go to break here on Steel Curtain Network on G'day Steelers Nation. And after the break, I think we'll talk about Rodgers. You want to talk about Rodgers?
Oh, yeah. Discount double check.
All right, we'll go to a break here on G'day Steelers Nation, and we'll come back and talk about Aaron Rodgers. All righty, Steel Nation, we are back here on G'day Steelers Nation. I have the Arsenal DB, HDU alumni, which I guess Steel Curtain Network listeners, if you don't follow my other channel, Steel Nation Australia, you might not get that. And then if you don't follow that and not part of the HDU membership program, Hooly Dilly, you won't get that at all. Anyways, doesn't matter. What we do get is I do want to talk about Aaron Rodgers, DB. Like, this was a big bounce back game. This was a game that said pretty much, F you to a lot of media and said the F you to like, okay, we're relevant, we can play. What stood out for you in terms of Aaron Rodgers' play?
His accuracy. I know the past few games, we know Aaron Rodgers is a future Hall of Famer. 4-time MVP. He's done everything like that. So he's at the end of his career, which is at the end of his career, he still have better numbers than a lot of these quarterbacks in their prime right now. But he's playing at a good level. But the accuracy, finding DK Metcalf, utilizing them down the field, he was very accurate in this game because I felt the past few games he's been a little hesitant because of the risk, not having the grip on the ball. When you do certain movements and the ball not snapped a certain way, you got to kind of get rid of it. And it's his first game over 200 yards passing since like week 9. So it was cool to see him get back on track, get things going. 284 passing yards, 148 of those went to DK Metcalf, who was having a crazy game. But hey, somebody threw the ball to him, and DK Metcalf and Rodgers in sync, and that was good to see to get him back on track.
I think it's just more like from what we've been seeing the last few weeks, and I saw this in the Vikings, and when I was in Dublin, I saw it versus the Browns, and the Steelers just trusted themselves and they opened up the offense, and I think maybe having MVS there, Scantling out there, maybe might have made more plays open.
Yeah,
I can't believe, yeah, I know. I can't believe that Adam Thielen caught a pass from Rodgers wearing black and gold.
The rivalry. Now they have the same team.
Are we playing fantasy football? Like something that, what's so crazy? Because I never thought Rodgers was going to play for us. And now you've got DK Metcalf, former Seahawk. You've got Adam Thielen, who used to be a Viking. And it's funny, the Steelers played him in Dublin. He got 2 catches.
Yep.
And now it's now sideline, like catching a pass. I thought Rodgers did very well today. I think he played really good football. You can tell that he's very savvy at the line, checking down plays, and even with a broken wrist. Shout out to the offensive line as well. Troy Fautanu and crew, I thought, played fantastic. Now Pete went out injured, so they had their Dylan Cook stepped up to left tackle. But overall, there was one big play where they had Aaron Rodgers 4 or 5, 6, 7 seconds back there.
He kind of like shuffled in the pocket, got out there. That's the first. It was one of the drive after halftime. That 40-yard reception to DK.
Yeah, it was huge. It was a big 55-yard play, but so much time. and eventually got open. But you got to give a big shout out to the offense. This is what I'm saying. Like this, you know, there's still some of the Steel fan base was a bit down and a bit, you know, and frustrated. But I think we're all pretty frustrated watching the team, right? But we knew that these games can happen, winning 27-22, and Rodgers just said, "Hey, hold my beer. I can still play football even with a bad wrist." I thought he did really well. You know, there's the connection he's now building with DK. Also, I think we've got to find out more about Big Darnell Washington because he went out in.
Yeah, he had a concussion, I think. Yeah.
You know what, too? There was like 3 or 4, 5 Steelers who went out today.
I think Malik Harrison had concussion. He got knocked out at one point because he ran into Derrick Henry's arm and he kind of was on the ground. He had, of course, I thought Pete had a leg injury, but they said concussion evaluation. And then Darnell Washington concussion evaluation as well. I was like, man,
they were hitting. This is like I was saying all through my live stream. They were hitting very hard. Like I know you do one as well on Steel Syndicate and on your channel, the Arsenal DB. They were hitting so tough. Like there was injury to Highsmith, and then he came back to have the play of the game. But you know what? One big shout out to Rodgers because that says to me that he wants to play playoff football. And we need, I think, if we get a home playoff game, they could beat the Chargers if they're set, you know, round wild card 7 or whoever it is, right?
Yeah,
so, I don't know.
Chargers. Who else? We could have beat the Bills. Really, it's just like don't turn the ball over. You don't turn the ball over the past 2 games. You're probably just sitting with maybe like 8 or 9 wins. Like it's just turnovers, really.
Colts could be a wild card. Texans, if they were to win, and they could be wild card. I guess Miami maybe could be a wild card, but we have to beat them, right? I don't know.
Yeah, they got to win all the way out. I think they did 5. They did 6 and 8 or something like that.
Yeah, they're like that for sure. But yeah, big shout out to Aaron Rodgers. Like that was a game that, you know, it's definitely QB1 material, and like I love the story around Rudolph, and I've always rooted for him to, you know, to have a chance. But it looks how much different does it look having Rodgers out there?
You have a future Hall of Famer, a veteran, even though he's not in his prime anymore, he's still capable of making certain checks and reads. His quarterback is more than about just being able to throw the ball deep and do all they got, make reads and checks and find the right guy. He was able to find DK Metcalf many times down the field, and that opened up the offense real well. I don't know, like you said, because MVS was out there or Thielen, so they start respecting it a little bit more. And then Calvin Austin had a big catch too, as well on the sideline, so they started seeing more and more guys get involved, so you're able to open up a lot more. Now, Darnell Washington being hurt did hurt the run game because that edge blocking was a little different.
Yeah, definitely. So we had a catcher from Metcalf. He had a crazy day. Warren had the big TD. Austin had a big catch. Kenny Gainwell. Shout out to Kenny Gainwell. He's phenomenal. Ben Skronik had his 4th catch of the year for 13 yards. Darnell Frymouth was quiet. Adam Thielen on our roster, that's crazy, had 4 yards. Rodgers. Wait. I forgot. Hang on. Wait. we had the end zone controversy. This one's pretty bad as well. What do you thought about Aaron Rodgers catching a pass?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers got tipped up in the air. He did everything he could. He had a broken wrist and all. He was like, I need to hold it so I can get down. Because, when they catch the ball at the same time, they always go to the offensive player. So just hold the ball, get down. He's like, I'm going to let it go, my wrist. And then he's able to get it. Completion to himself.
Hang on. Why is it not a contested catch? And whoever comes down with it, how does he have possession for a split second?
That's the way the rule is. They had that rule. I think one time when the Seahawks played the Packers, in that one game where Russell Wilson threw the play and it was all over his body. He hit the pick and he still got the touchdown. Like,
which team got that one? Who should have got the pick? Seattle.
The Packers should have had the pick. Yeah, Seattle won from that.
Seattle won, but the Packers should have had it, right?
Yeah, he had full possession. The ball was like all in his chest, both arms. He just had 2 fingers on it. He's like, touchdown. Yeah, touchdown.
We're getting some pretty bad territory here because that Rodgers, because I'm reading through the list, right, DB? I'm going through a receiving list, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 receivers, including himself.
I'm so good of a quarterback, I throw it to myself.
That's another one where if it turns over there, things might change and Ravens might go up. So we sneak away with those two outcomes in terms of 1, 2, 3 feet down, and Rodgers clearly, I think the other guy has it after a second, but then like 1 second.
Yeah, John Harbaugh about to cry after those plays. He always whining. He about to go have a fit over there.
They might be calling fire John Harbaugh as well out there in Baltimore.
Yeah, they're not firing Harbaugh or Coach Tomlin. They've been there. I think Harbaugh been there for 18 years. Coach Tomlin been there for 19. They're not going anywhere unless they want to retire.
What's that? That's like 36 times they've played. Isn't that
Yep.
wild? Isn't that like coach to coach and Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh?
The rivalry.
It's insane. So yeah, Rodgers out there caught his own pass for minus 9 yards. All right, before we end the show, DB on G'day Steelers Nation, and thanks for coming on Steel Curtain Network as well. Let's talk about the defense, man. Who do you want to give a big shout out? Who was like one of the best players you thought in this game?
My top two, I would say James Pierre, of course, the pick he had. That was good. He had some pass breakups as well. But Eccles, he stepped up the past few weeks. He had an interception last week. Today he had a sack off the little cornerback blitz. And he also had 2 pass breakups as well. Now the defense did allow 200 rushing yards again, which is crazy.
Oh yeah. You kind of forget that, don't you?
Yeah.
Like 217, Derek Cameron, they ran 40 times. They had 75 plays. We just can't have time possession. So 40 times, right? Derek Cameron, 94 yards. Keaton Mitchell, with his really good running back, 76. He had a big play of 55. Lamar Jackson for 43. Zay Flowers, 2. And Rasheen Ali, 2. Number 26. So 217 yards. That has to be a problem.
Yeah, you'd think with that many yards you would have lost, but somehow the Steelers still won the game. But you got to clean that up. And most of those was like chunk plays. Like you'll do good, and then you have one play where it's like a guy running like 55 yards down the field or something. And then you have another play where you keep everybody hemmed in. Then Derrick Henry break one for like 20 or something. So they got to do a better job of being consistent and playing the run.
They couldn't turn those runs into points, so that was a problem for the Ravens, right? And that's also the Ravens' offense is running the ball like that.
Yep.
So that's
when you're behind, it's kind of hard to run too much. They were behind 2 scores, so they had to kind of pass it a few times, and things didn't work out.
Yeah, and I guess sometimes too, it's not built on paper. It's football. At the end of the day, things can happen. They rushed 40 times, 217, and the Steelers still win 27-22. So who else was your? So I like Eccles as well. I think he's playing really well. I think the Steelers should probably give him an extension. His contract ends in 2026. I believe he should be a part of the team for the future. That's just my opinion. I think he should be part of it because he's been playing good football. He also got a sack too. Did he get one? He got 1 sack and he got a pass deflection and a tackle for a loss as well. Who was your other player then that stood out on defense?
I'll have to give it to probably Pierre because that interception did help turn the points. So they did help out a lot. Like that kind of swung the game a little bit in second quarter and put momentum on our side as well. So I have to give it to James Pierre. I did like Alex Highsmith at the end though, not giving up. Sure. Still rushing in and getting the sack at the end to end the game. Of course, we got there a few times to Lamar Jackson, but he was able to just stand up and just still throw the ball off. Like TJ Watt got there a few times. Alex Highsmith got there a few times, and he just stilled up and just throwing the ball away. But we finally made the play at the end. So
remember though, DB, last year that's all right. That's called pass rush win rate. That's okay.
Yeah, a win rate.
That was the talk of the town last year with Myles Garrett, but this year apparently he needs sacks.
We're like, he got 20. We got 20. I think like 19, 20 sacks or something. Like, he got 20 sacks. Oh yes. They love it now, of course.
Yeah, they love it now because he's leading the comp, and I'm going to check the scores. I'm not too sure if he got any sacks today, but that pressure on Lamar Jackson, like he's elusive, he's going to get out of it. So they definitely made him work, and that's why he was overthrowing or passing completes. Did Myles Garrett get the sack today? He got 1, so now he's got 3 games to get 3. No, 4 games to get 3. He's going to break the record.
Well, he not going to get it against us. We can't allow that to happen. Don't let him get it against us.
Yeah. Well, the Browns got 4 games to get like 3. He'll break the record. They'll make it work out. You know what they'll do? Roger Goodell and these guys will say one game, hey, the 5 offensive linemen just lay down. Just lay down. And then Myles
like Brett Favre did. He was like, I'm going to lay down for you, Michael Strahan. So there you go.
Well,
new record.
The season that TJ Watt tied it, he got 2 sacks, didn't he, on Rodgers that laid down?
Yep.
The Green Bay.
Well, one of them they changed it. It's still crazy that how they switched his sack at the end. They did the same thing to Allen too as well. We had the sack
on Jackson.
I'm talking about the one TJ Watt had to break the record. Yeah. They said that Tyler Huntley he went up. It was a tackle for loss. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, he was a runner at that stage.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. There was a lot of pressure from our defense, and I did like the fact that Highsmith ended the game. How are you feeling after that? Because he's running him down, chasing him down, gets tackled. Next minute, the clock runs out, and we win.
I was just hoping no PI. I was like, no PI, no PI. Like nothing crazy. Like, oh, P, pass interference. Now they at the one. Oh, come on.
You're like, where's Joey Porter Jr. on this last play? Just put him on the side.
On the sideline. Because JPJ is a good player. Just gotta stop being hands. He was holding a guy like 7 yards down the field. Like, you can't do that. It's not. It's like the 70s when Mel Blount was playing. He could hold guys, forever like that. You can't do that anymore. You gotta let go eventually.
It's almost like that. You see a good play. It's 4th and 2 or whatever. Pass deflection, and it's like, look around. JPJ's got his hands in the other guy's pockets, like holding him, like, give him a bear hug. That's something probably never changed, though, right? Like JPJ, I think he played pretty good today, but that's something he'll never change. Yeah,
Samuel Jr. They still gonna use him maybe one day, but he's got to ease into things a little bit. He got to ease in.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we saw today there was more peppers because and Chuck Clark. I think one big shout out to as well, Jalen Ramsey. No really big play from, or not massive play TD wise over the top. Got burned a few times, but that's how football plays out. Any other standouts on defense besides Highsmith and the cornerbacks? Anyone else step up?
Patrick Queen. I think he did a solid job. I know he had some mishaps in the game, but he did make some plays. A lot of people always on him. They always say Patrick Queen sucks. He's not good, but Patrick Queen made some plays, I think, in this game, including one pass breakup to keep Mark Andrews from scoring a touchdown, which was a stop. And then he was getting pressure in there on Lamar a few times like that. Some pressure in there as well. They did a good job like that, being solid on the sideline. I wish he'd be more patient though with some of those run plays. Be patient. Instead of just kind of bursting in. Overcommit every time.
It's like he's waiting to go into, I don't know, like Kmart or something when it's opening at 9 o'clock in the morning for the sales, like Black Friday sales. And he's running into the left-hand side. Next minute, because that big play, he ran over that. Everyone saw it. I don't know, but it looked like he should have had the other gap.
Yeah, be patient. Like, sit, wait. Watch Troy Polamalu highlights. You'll see patience. Sit, wait, and then attack.
He wasn't patient, though. Troy, number 43, he just jumped the line whenever he wanted to.
He said he prayed. I prayed. I seen it in the vision. I was like, what? He said he prayed to see in the vision and jumping over the line.
God, he was so good. Troy was awesome.
Yeah, that was a once in a lifetime player.
Oh yeah, we're very lucky to watch him play. But yeah, DB, we're almost finished the show. So thanks for coming on. G'day Steelers Nation. This is a recording for the Steel Curtain Network podcast. And just your overall final thoughts, and then we'll give you a shout out where you're doing all your podcasting, because this bloke here, DB's got cooking channels. He's got Steelers channels. He's got gym fitness ones. But what was your final thoughts? And also give yourself a shout out.
My final thoughts is, hey, you got to win. My prediction at first was Steelers win like 14-10, but I don't care. I don't care if we won 3-0. As long as you win. All the games, the rest of the games of the season, you just have to win. That's the only stat that matters. People can say, well, you didn't get that many yards, that many rushing yards. I don't care about rushing yards or passing yards or stats. I care about the only stat that matter, win. Wins and losses. So you win the game. You get the victory, and now you're 7-6. You got to play the Dolphins at home this time too. Dolphins not good in the cold, so that should be good for us. So we'll see how things kind of go. We're gonna be wearing our color rush jerseys as well, all black. So that should be nice to see. Yep. So Steelers, big time win.
Fair enough. And you want to give yourself a shout out to, where can we find Arsenal DB on your 4 channels?
The Arsenal DB, of course, Steelers Syndicate as well, and then D Productions. Most of them should be linked. Once you click on Arsenal DB, just go down and you'll see most of them linked. You got DB Productions. That'd be a lot of stuff on there. You got cooking on there, fitness, horror stuff as well, all type of things on there. So if you like that type of content, you like sports, you like cooking, you like fitness, you like everything, go ahead and subscribe button.
They all go together. You're like Mr. Beast out there, mate.
I wish I had Mr. Beast's money, but I'm not that level. I'm not that level yet.
Do you ever get to a point where Mr. Beast, just give it up, mate, you've got enough? What if there's one video he makes, say he spends $4.5 billion, right? Or something like that. And his video tanks and doesn't do too well. Does that mean his whole business is done?
I don't think so. I think he can probably not make a dollar from YouTube for the next 50 years and still be set for life.
The guy's a bloody workhorse. He's crazy. He's probably
the passion. It's the passion. Yeah, you gotta keep making videos, different ideas.
I like passion too, but there's sometimes you just got to enjoy your wealth. You know, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, maybe that's where I go wrong. I make $100. I'm like, yeah, let's go to the pub. I need to make more than that. Anyways, thank you, DB, for coming on the show for G'day Steelers Nation. I do want to end with this though. What would have been worse, a Steelers loss or the fact we would have been 6-7 the whole week.
I think the 6-7 one. The
I
fans
think
have been
so
pinning
too.
that in the comment section. They've been on live streams. They were like that. I said, y'all 6-7. Y'all 6-7. Like that'd been horrible. So I'm glad we won. We're not. The Ravens can have that. They can do it to the Raven fans.
Yeah. I'm very glad we won too. That was, if we were 6-7, because the kids are saying 6-7 or whatever that means. It would have been a long week, and also we play Monday Night Football too, so it would have been even longer week.
You already know Manning cast would have been like, yeah, they're 6-7 right now. It would have been the whole joke. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, thank you, DB. But we're gonna call it short here too on Steeler Nation Australia Live as well. And one big thanks to DB and the Steelers. A huge victory, 27-22. AFC North leading at the moment, win the division. The Bengals lost, which really helps us because Bengals fans, they also had a chance to win the AFC North, and we started to fail. So big game next week as well versus Bengals versus Ravens. I think we want the Bengals to win, right?
Yeah, Bengals win, and we win. It might be wraps.
Yeah, then we're 2 games up in Baltimore, and we still got to play Baltimore again.
Yep.
Right. So I think we got to. I can't stand the Bengals. We might have to cheer them on next week. But yeah, big credit to the team. I think that the team should enjoy this, and I think the only way I can end this podcast with a fire who, because that's my title. Fire who is when Rogers was asked, what does it mean to get a win today for you guys and Mike Tomlin after last week? Rogers said, it means maybe you guys will shut the hell up for a week. All righty, Steeler Nation. And also DB, thank you for coming on the show. You guys are awesome. And thank you for listening to G'day Steelers Nation. We'll see you guys next time. As always, DB, here we go, Steelers. Here we go.
Go.
Let's go.